What's going on, people? Urson here. Welcome back to the channel. Arsenal are set to sign Christian Norgaard from Brentford. What the hell? What the helly? I'm not excited by this transfer. But logically, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, David Ornstein from The Athletic has come out and said that Arsenal are finalising an agreement with Brentford to sign the midfielder. He is 31 years old. He's played over 100 games in the Premier League. And we're going to sign him for less than £10 million. Guys, comment below what you think on the transfer. I'm skeptical. I'm not excited about it. But with Zubimendi already put pen to paper, with the announcements that's to be done next week, I'm not angry about this deal. I can't lie to you. But is he an upgrade on Jorginho? I don't think so. I can't lie. I'm already missing the Italian midfielder. The guy was balling out against Chelsea for Flamengo, man. Oh, yeah. Norgaard wants to join Arsenal. Frank has already joined Brentford, so it is the perfect time for the Denmark international to move to the north side. Medical being planned, contract length being discussed. We have made a bid. Yeah, we haven't put in a bid for Sesko, Gyokeres, Rodrygo, Watkins, Rete. How can we sign a midfielder so quickly, but can't sign a striker? We're like snails when it comes to getting a striker. Yet we're like Usain Bolt and a Ferrari combined when it comes to getting a midfielder or a fullback. I don't understand. Yeah. This also gives an indication that Partey will leave Arsenal come July the 1st, which morally is good news. And to every hater in the recent video of me talking about Partey, would you rather let go of a player and it comes out he didn't do it, or keep a player where it comes out that he did do something wrong? You got to think about it like that, yeah? If your son, daughter, family member came up to you and accused a footballer of doing something wrong to them, how would you feel? What would you do? If an employee had come to you and told you that another employee done something wrong to them, what would you do? Because Arsenal stood by Partey. And Partey stabbed them in the back by asking for a higher wage. Arsenal offered him a 200k a week salary, the same as when we signed him, and he demanded more. That's all I have to say. I think Partey is better than Norgaard. I will say that. I think Jorginho is better than Norgaard. But I'd rather have Zubimendi and Jorginho and Zubimendi and Norgaard over Zubimendi and Partey. Do you know what I mean? And yeah. Partey would be the second midfielder to leave Arsenal. It is what it is. But Norgaard does have 2 years remaining on his contract. He's been a key player for Brentford since coming from Fiorentina in 2019. So he's been there for 6 years. 6 years! Helping them achieve promotion and Premier League status for that amount of time is pretty impressive. He's been a good player for them. Obviously, Frank has gone to Tottenham, so the move makes sense. 192 appearances for Brentford, 13 goals. This is in all competitions aside from the Premier League. And yeah, in terms of the Premier League appearances, he's played 122 times. He's grabbed 11 goals. He's won 45 games. His passing here, it says 43.39. I don't mind. This is a guy that I don't mind. Just don't think he's that exciting. I think he's a good player. I think he's a player that definitely works hard off the ball, on the ball. He's combative, but he doesn't lose his head. He ain't great on the ball compared to the Partey, to the Zubimendi, to the Cazolas, to the. But he is a player that can defend. That would be good in transition if their team's on a counter attack. He just played in the teams where they play on the transition. Supply those passes to Damsgaard or Wissa, Tony, and Wemo. So it makes sense for a player. If you're trying to get faster on the ball, trying to create chances, it does make a bit of sense. Um, I don't think it's a bad signing. £9.3 million is a good deal for a guy you could get 2 or 3 years out of. Norgaard hasn't played week in like twice a week. He's a 1 game a week player because of Brentford's status in football. So he could have energy in the tank to play in the Carabao, and then the Premier League, then the Champions League, then the FA Cup ties. He won't be so tired compared to a few of the other midfielders, and it represents a good transfer. I think experience in the Premier League is what's needed. Also, we're linked with Ngume, but it's a big risk going for a guy, although he is talented, where there's no experience as cover for Subimendi, who's got no experience in the Premier League, despite his international accomplishments. But yeah, I think he's a good player, Norgaard. I'm glad that Partey is leaving, but I do have to hold Arsenal accountable. Arsenal still kept one. Arsenal still wanted to keep Thomas Partey, despite what's been said about him, and with all what's been said about Arsenal in terms of PR wise, it just doesn't make me feel that happy about it. Do you know what I mean? And we'll have a reaction to this transfer news right here. We'll see what people have got to say about it. Done within 24 hours. Love to see it. Speed in which we work when we have to get a defensive midfielder and a goalkeeper is crazy. Yes, we move like Ferraris when it comes to getting midfielders and defenders and goalkeepers, yet we move like a snail where it comes to signing a striker that we need. If only we could have this. Well, Beast is funny. If only we could apply the same speed and urgency when signing forwards, we'll be the champions of Europe by now. Wow, we moved quick with this one. Really showing Partey and his camp we were serious about not budging. Love this from Berta. I mean, Berta did let him go to Arsenal. Berta doesn't want to give him a new contract. Fair enough. Phase 9, Arteta signed Norgaard and Kappa, but Arteta sexuals think we'll win the Premier League. Arsenal fans said no Odegaard and Arteta heard Norgaard. That's quite funny from a Liverpool fan. But yeah, I'm filming. Love you to bits though. Keep waiting to replace Jorginho in the squad. No issue with this. Keeps funds available for the attacking signings, which are the real focus this summer. Well, that was fast. Quick, smart, cheap, done. 2 out of 5. Now we move on to the striker. Now we have a midfield. Give me a break. This is the thing. We signed Jorginho after Mudryk deal got rejected. We signed Jorginho on deadline day when Caicedo deal got rejected. Now we're signing Norgaard out of the blue. It's quite mad. But yeah, that's my reaction to it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is he an upgrade? I'm not sure. Time will tell. I hope he does come good. I think with Norgaard, right? How will he do in the Champions League? When we do face a side like a PSG or a Marseille even, Real Madrid, Barcelona, should we face him? Would he do a good job off the bench? Or if Zubimendi was to get injured? I don't know. The Champions League is an unknown entity for him. Can he adapt to that? We shall see. But what I do know is that he won't have to adapt for so long in the Premier League because he's been there for so long. He won't have to move house. He won't have to do everything. It can just be quick and easy in terms of stamping his authority at Arsenal, in terms of contributing to the team. Comment below what you think of the news. Quite surprising for me, but I'm glad at the fact that we don't have to wait ages to get a midfielder in when we do need a midfielder. Two midfielders out, two midfielders in. It makes sense. And it's cost effective that we can still get a Partey. We can still get a Rodrygo, a Sesko slash Gyokeres, Watkins if we when we need them so much. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Norgaard to Arsenal. What the hell? What the helly? In a bit, people. In a bit. I'm out.